Okay. So now let's move further. Till now we had m star. M star is nothing but outer Lebesgue measure. This was actually defined for subsets of R. That is nothing but power set of R. So now this is the situation. This elliptic region is my power set of R. That is, this is the function outer Lebesgue measure. Inside this I have a box, and this box is box of all Lebesgue measurable set. Okay. So what I am doing now is I am restricting my m star to this box so that I will get new function. I will call that new function as m. That is nothing but Lebesgue measure. Lebesgue measure. So what I am doing, this elliptic region is my power set of R. I am restricting my power set of R m star to this box so that you will get a new function that is not Lebesgue measurable set now. The new function I will call it as Lebesgue measure. Okay. What then? The definition of Lebesgue measure is nothing but restriction of the set function outer measure, to the class of measurable sets is called as Lebesgue measure. Then now this function is called as Lebesgue measure. So whenever we have a set E, if I say this E is Lebesgue measurable set, then that means m of E is equal to m star of E. So if E satisfies Lebesgue measurable set condition, then that is nothing but Lebesgue measure. Okay. So now let's define a function m from box of Lebesgue measurable set to extended R. That is, I will take positive intervals. This is my extended R. Okay. So inside this box, now in Lebesgue measure function, these are the properties will satisfy. M of intervals is equal to length of interval, and translation invariance, that is m of E is equal to m of E plus y for all E. And the third condition is the most important condition we were seeking from the beginning, that is m of union I is equal to 1 to infinity EI is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity m of EI. So now all these conditions will holds good even in Lebesgue measure, because we have proved that these sets are already Lebesgue measurable sets. Okay. So if these sets are Lebesgue measurable set means m of E is equal to m star of E. So from that I can write m of interval is equal to length of interval, m of E is equal to m of E plus y, m of union I is equal to 1 to infinity EI is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity m of EI. So this is whenever EI intersection EJ is equal to null, that is disjoint sets. So now if you remember in the beginning we were unable to compare rationals and irrationals, isn't it? That's why actually the measure theory came into picture. So what were our situation in the beginning? This was the supermarket. In this supermarket there were two containers. In one container there was set of rationals for rupees 50, and in another set of irrationals that is also for 50. We were unable to compare in which container the quantity is more, that is in which container it contains more number of the things. For that situation we were get to know the measure theory concept. So now let's see whether we can compare rationals and irrationals now. Okay. So the first question comes is whether rationals are Lebesgue measurable set. Is rationals or Lebesgue measurable set? Yes, rationals or Lebesgue measurable set. Why? Because these rationals are countable and we know that all countable sets are Lebesgue measurable set. So Q is Lebesgue measurable set. That is nothing but m star of Q. If Q is if countable sets are Lebesgue measurable set means outer measure of that countable set is 0. We had proved this also, isn't it? So now let's see in the case of irrationals. R by Q. So let's see whether this is Lebesgue measurable set or not. Okay. So we know that any set is Lebesgue measurable set if and only if its complement is Lebesgue measurable set. So since Q is Lebesgue measurable set, obviously its complement is Lebesgue measurable set. Okay, so now here from countability property of Lebesgue measurable set, I can easily say that outer measure of Q is 0. Now I have to find what is outer measure of R by Q in order to compare rationals and irrationals. So let's see. Okay. Since I know that Q is Lebesgue measurable set, from that I can write outer measure of R is equal to outer measure of R intersection Q plus outer measure of R intersection Q complement. So R intersection Q is nothing but Q itself plus R intersection Q complement means outer measure of R by Q. So I know that outer measure of Q is 0. So outer measure of R is equal to outer measure of R by Q. Now I should find out what is outer measure of R. So let's see how it is, how to find out this. Outer measure of R is actually infinity. So I will tell how it is infinity. If I consider any positive number n belongs to natural number n. So any interval, we know that any interval on real line will be obviously subset of R. So I will consider one such interval, that is 0, n. This is obviously subset of R. From monotonicity of m star, I can write m star of 0, n will be less than or equal to m star of R. Since outer measure of an interval is equal to length of an interval, I can write this as length of 0, n will be less than or equal to m star of R. So for this, the length of this interval is n minus 0, that is m star of R will be greater than or equal to n. So this means this is for all n, isn't it? So find a number, okay, which is larger than every natural number. You have to find a number which is larger than every natural number. That is nothing but infinity. So that means outer measure of R is infinity. So from this I can say that outer measure of R by Q is also equal to infinity. So now compare rationals and irrational. Outer measure of rational is 0 and outer measure of irrational is infinity. That means irrationals are larger or bigger than rationals. So this is the conclusion we will get.